she should have went to the Tombs or the Rikers somewhere. What's up? What's up? We in the building. I didn't even know we was on, man. What's going on, man? Down in Sports Talk in the building. You know how we do it. You got Left-Handed right here at RM Des on Twitter. You got my Code D, the ubiquitous Yada Bear right there, right? And then we got MC Win Walker reporting live from OKC. You know what it is. We in the building, making it do what it do. It's a lot of stuff on the agenda tonight. You already know we're gonna go to the Final Four. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna talk about that heavy, right? We're gonna talk some NBA. We're gonna talk some baseball, right? A fight that might or might not happen. You know what I mean? We was just talking behind the scenes about a venue. All right. So it's a lot of stuff going on. Start out with my Code D in the building. Yada Bear, what's goody? Superstar in the house.
Another day, another controversy. We can never get past any of that. It seems like anytime we have any type of major sporting event, any major championship, is always some type of controversy, even before or after or during the game. And we all know, what happened over this past weekend. We're talking about LSU and Iowa. Had a fantastic game. It was a great game. Highest viewed national championship game. It had more viewers than UConn and San Diego State last night. To be honest, I didn't even watch that game because I already knew where it was going to be. It was going to be a blowout, and that's what it ended up being. But we can get straight down to what everybody's been talking about for these past 2 days. Is it's the you can't see me.
Absolutely, you can't see me. Shout out to Flavor Flav.
And a lot of people had a controversy of like where this came from.
Right.
And of this generation, we say you can't see me because of John Cena WWE. So people was trying to go back and forth. Well, that's the Tony Yayo or the Flavor Flav. We all know that Flavor Flav used to do this back then. And then you had Tony Yayo doing that. But I mean, honestly, who really knew Tony Yayo in this generation?
That's the saving grace. Then it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, like it's this generation. So when you think of what's popping, kids who 20, 21, 22, they know this as the John Cena because most kids grew up watching wrestling. John Cena was the most popular wrestler back, at that time, and he was doing this all the time. You can't see me before he did one of his moves. And when you see who was doing it first, Caitlin Clark, we all know, she's a white young female, and John Cena is also a white man, and this is what he was doing, So I understand that, but again, if one going to do this and then the other one does that, we should have the same energy for both.
Absolutely. And let me say this right quick. As coming from the older perspective, I'm looking at it like this. Okay, cool. John Cena, absolutely. He's the one that that made it, I guess worldwide or whatever. But for me, it's like when people say, "Oh, this so and so invented it," or "they came out with it first," that's the part. That part right there is because it just, you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, it's cool to say if that's how if that's what John Cena to have done that, whatever. Then you got the people that say, well, Yayo was doing it. He's the one that came because a lot of people like no.
Yeah.
So again, for me, that's it. You can say that all you want because you're right. As people, the younger generation, they don't know nothing about Flav and the I Ain't No Joke video. Go peep the I Ain't No Joke video.
I Ain't No Joke. They don't know Flav's out there.
You know what I mean?
Days doing this all crazy.
So but go ahead, finish your thought. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, but like I was saying, we all know what it is. It's the double standard for me, and I'm not even going to go in on it at the, with the Caitlyn versus Angel perspective, I'm going to go at it a little bit deeper as
Let's go.
um anytime this is sports. There are two competitors that happen to be female. We seen Kobe Bryant do this when he got his first ring. He was on the floor at the end of the game, a couple of seconds left, and he went just like this. Nobody had a problem with him doing this. We watch we watch the NBA every day where guys go up, you see them, you too small, you too small.
Or you getting dunked on.
We talking, talking trash in your face,
Hmm.
everybody mouthing off. But because Angel and Caitlyn are females, oh well, they need to be ladylike. I hate that. Really boils my blood when people, well, that's not ladylike. Well, excuse me, sir, you're not a lady. So how do you know what ladylike is? That's number one. You can't tell me what's ladylike and what's not ladylike when you're not a lady. So we're gonna throw that out there first. So you can't tell me how to act.
Double standard. So
And
double
then
standard.
two,
Yeah.
it's it's sports. Sports is all about competition, especially when you're passionate about it. So all that, back and forth talk that Caitlyn did, she trash talked the whole season. So did Angel during the whole tournament. I love that because it shows me how passionate these young women are about the sport that they play, and they are showing it through in and throughout. So for me to have to check my emotions because I'm a female and I can't say I just laid you up, I can't say you too small, I can't get hyped off of a block shot, or I can't be hyped because I just pulled up, you know, almost at the logo and I just drained a three in your face. I pulled up, hit a three in your face, and I'm talking trash. That's fine. That's fine for the men, but why is not fine for the females? That double standard right there is what kills me the most. And then when you talk about the other double standard, you know, it was all cool when Caitlyn was out here busting threes in Louisville face, busting threes in South Carolina face, doing all of this out on the court, waving off people because she can't shoot, so don't worry about guarding her. She hitting shots, talking trash. They doing they all little group celebration, but nobody has a problem with that. But as soon as Angel turn around and she's out there, they destroying our, and she said it. She said, I don't fit well with disrespect. And she seen what Caitlyn was out there doing. And just because, she is at a different school, the SEC, believe it or not, are really close knit the programs because they know how it is down there. And they
Hmm.
know how hard it is to play one at a powerhouse school that's more for football. When you think of LSU, you think of football first. Before you think about basketball, men or
Right.
women. You
Right.
know, so
Alabama,
yeah. So the
Auburn.
SEC, these are huge
Hmm.
football programs. Basketball is on the back burner, and especially women's college basketball.
Right.
So with them out there giving it all they got and being passionate about it, it's like it shouldn't be no issue. But we know what the issue is. You know, is she does this, she's a great shooter. She's super talented. She's extremely motivated. And then when Angel does it, she's a thug. That's classless. Like, this been going on in women's college basketball for decades. I mean, at one point we was nappy headed hoes.
Hmm.
Remember was on
Don
the
Imus.
video said,
Don Imus.
"Yep,
Absolutely.
look at these nappy
Talk
headed
about the
hoes."
ladies at Rutgers.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we went from nappy headed hoes. Now we are ghetto. We classless. We're thugs. These are all hot topic words that the media like to place on Black people, men and women. And to have Keith Overman to go on Twitter
Let's go.
to
I was waiting for
say
somebody to bring that name up. Let's go.
to say that she's an effing idiot for doing that, sir. You didn't even watch the game. You didn't even watch none of the tournament. Why are you even speaking on what's going on right now? You just made yourself look extremely stupid. You look like you clout chasing, and you're just trying to get your name back out there because nobody's touching you like that. You know, you're supposed to be a professional journalist, but you out here calling people idiots, and then you try to backtrack and say, "Oh, I didn't know Caitlyn did that too." Well, then if I would have known, I would have said the same thing about her. No, you wouldn't, sir. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have said anything at all. So, like this, all this going back and forth, and then to put the icing on the cake, let me just not even forget about this for the first lady to say, "Hey, I want to invite LSU to the White House and Iowa." How does the
In the name of sportsmanship,
how do the losers get invited to the White House?
because they got the complexion for the protection.
Now, if Iowa would have won, LSU would still be
LSU would have been nowhere near the White House.
They would still be in the bayou, getting ready for next season.
Right.
Now, I want to know: are they going to invite San Diego State to the White House still? So it's going to be UConn and San Diego State? Because if not, then Iowa shouldn't even been invited, and they should decline it. And if they don't, I'll say Angel Reese, don't go. I wouldn't go because that's disrespectful. How you going? That's like giving people participation trophies.
And we talked about that. Yep.
Here you go. No, there's winners and there's losers.
That's right.
He lost. Iowa lost the game. LSU won the game. One of the perks of being the national champion is to have a visit to the White House, not the participants of the finals. They don't say that the participants of the finals get an invite. It says the champion. So if Iowa is going, I better see San Diego State and Washington, D.C. right alongside UConn. And if that's not happening, then cancel both trips. Nobody.
Absolutely. You touched on so much. Salute. That's Yada Bear in the building down in sports. You already know. Where do I begin? When you want to in on this? So I'll let you rock out because I got a lot of stuff to say, man. So if you want to tap in, go ahead, B.
Well, yeah, I commend you, Yada, because you hit the nail on top of the head, through the board, around the corner, and through the ceiling.
And right through Keith Overman's foot. Absolutely.
And right through his foot. It's the direction for the complexion. You understand where I'm coming from with this? No time in history have they invited the losing team to the South Lawn with the winning team. No time. It's been times when teams that won the championship declined to go to be at the White House.
That's right. That's right.
And from my understanding, it's always been the president that goes and meets with the team. So
let's go, Win.
Not the first lady. Yeah, we know old Bud up there is 81 going on 1,000. But we got to keep it correct and politically correct. The champions are, you don't run shit in this motherfucking house. We'll come to your motherfucking house. We'll set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. Them LSU Tigers. Not the other team. So give them their just due and their time to shine. They're just like in football, even though it's not football season. When that champion wins, the first thing they say is, we're going to Disneyland. They're not inviting the losing team to Disneyland. They're inviting them champions to Disneyland.
Losing team go to Cody Island.
They're gonna
No,
wow.
they go to
The losing team go to Cody Island.
But in retrospect and saying this and that, these journalists are a bunch of weirdos and want to reclaim their 15 seconds of fame. That man on them jack squat about that team, about them players, of what they have been through to get to where they are now. So, hey, don't try to take nothing away from them. They done struggle and strive to get to where they wanted to be. And even a person like me, LSU, I didn't really watch it.
I've been chomping at the bit, man. I've been listening to this on social media, looking at it on TV. You know what I mean? And I got a lot to say about this, yo. Where do I start? I'm going to start with the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark discussion. First of all, and shout out to Miss Price. I see you in the chat room. She hit the nail on the head too. She says it's the incendiary language that they use to describe it. Says he, quote unquote, hunted her down, chased her around, and stalked her. That's not what happened at all.
It's definitely not what happened.
That's not what happened at all. So again, I don't want to get too crazy with it. I'll say, those people, they know how to add the sauce on it to make it seem like, oh, they're the victims. Like she was chasing Caitlin Clark around the court. Caitlin Clark didn't really try to not pay her any attention when she was doing that. But she knew what she was doing, right? So again, when you talk about the ghetto versus, she's just doing it as whatever they call it, we know what it is. And what they don't like is we're able to speak to their bullshit. We're able to speak to it. We couldn't speak to it before. Now we can speak to it and call them on it. And so the only outlet they have is like with Keith Olbermann, and I'm gonna get on him. Oh my goodness, I got some lovely stuff for you, Keith Olbermann. Right? They'll say what they have to say, and then they'll look for an excuse. We're looking at the same exact picture of this girl pointing at her ring finger, holding up 4. You know what it is, right? And doing the Flavor Flav, right? And they tried to make it seem like she tried to hunt her down to do something to her. Like they hunted her down. He stalked her. Those words, stalk, hunted, like word. Where'd you get that from? They're in a building, an arena, playing basketball in front of 20,000 people. Who's stalking who?
She walked right past her.
Who chased who around? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like she walked right past her, and as she was passing her by, Angel was like, "Hey, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this."
And if you want to have any vitriol, why you don't have no vitriol for those referees who messed up the whole game?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody talked about that. Those referees messed up that game. I don't care what nobody say. Them referees messed that game up. But anyway,
Gazy fouls.
A lot of them. But that's neither here nor there. The right team won. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. But again, when you talk about Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, it all comes down to, like you said, it does matter if you're black or white. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Salute Paul McCartney. It does matter. You know what I mean? So again, we're stuck with the same conversation. When we do it, it's deemed as something bad or negative or horrible or scary. When they do it, it's deemed as righteous, pure.
Yeah, so
all that monkey shit, right?
Yeah. Oh,
let me get on Keith Olbermann. Hold on. Let me get on Keith Olbermann right quick.
Oh.
This dude, you're gonna say what you said, and then you're gonna come and try to justify it by saying you didn't know. How many nights you been on Sports Center? How long was you doing Sports Center? So don't beat us in the head and insult our intelligence by saying you didn't know, you wasn't paying attention. That's another lie.
Yeah.
And furthermore, Keith Olbermann, you ain't in no position to be talking slick to nobody. I ain't hear you say nothing slick to Chuck Knobloch when he was hitting your mother in the head with baseballs. Okay? Don't do that. This is not your conversation, B. Keith Olbermann, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. This is not your conversation, B.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about Roger Clemens, you could do that all day long. Leave them girls alone.
Yeah, sometimes
Those young women, leave them alone. They did their thing. Yeah. They did their thing. They represented the game of women's college basketball to the nth degree. Like Yada said earlier, the most watched women's college basketball. I hate saying that because it differentiates. You know what I mean? The most watched women's college basketball game of all time, right? But then you have these guys who, like you said, they want to get their weight back up. Nobody's paying attention to them. Why they heaping all this praise on these black women? Mm-hmm. When you got this white girl out here shooting the ball like Larry Bird, and she was shooting it like Larry Bird. Word to mother. She was.
And what's crazy? Everybody commended her. Nobody says anything, wrong about. We give her props all the time. Yeah, she's out there. She's balling like crazy. I have never seen anybody shoot the ball like that except for Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops was out there destroying the field out there. And then you have this girl, Caitlin Clark, bust out this year out of nowhere, hitting threes from the logo, pulling up, driving, all around good game. And she's out there with her own type of swag, talking trash, because guess what? She's passionate about
what she
playing basketball.
Right. Absolutely.
She's hype. So when she's showing off that passion, it's no problem. But then, this is not the first time that we had this conversation about Angel Reese and about how passionate she is on the court. They call her a thug. They call her ghetto. They call her hood because she's from Baltimore and she want to wear the ponytail with the baby hair, with the nails and the lashes and slight makeup. So what? She want to be out there balling and look good at the same time. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with her wanting to look nice and still perform at the top of
the top level? Absolutely, that's right.
There's nothing wrong with that. It was the same thing back then with FloJo, with the nails. She's on the track field with the makeup. The
Tina Thompson, WNBA with the lipstick. Absolutely, that's right. Yes, sir.
Goofy Bolton Holyfield also, when she was playing, she used to be nice and dress up with the makeup and the hair slick and everything. It was always an issue, always something. Oh, that's not lady. Like, oh, she looked like she's going to the club and not playing the game. Nobody says anything to the guys when they get the fresh haircuts because they're playing a national televised game. It's on national TV. You want to look good too as you're playing. If she came out there with her hair all over her head, then they'd be called what? Nappy headed hoes again.
There you go.
Oh, she looked ghetto. She looked unkept. She looked dirty. So it's always going to be some type of criticism with us. It's like we can't win. It's always an issue.
What Deion say? You look good, you play good. Play good, you pay good. You know what I mean? So again, absolutely. There's certainly nothing wrong with it. And here's the thing, right? We were good with Caitlin Clark busting threes from the logo. We was good with it.
I was loving it.
Until these other people decided that they wanted to put a spin on it because either she wasn't doing it with the what's the word I'm looking for, panache, right? She wasn't doing it with the style and flair like Angel Reese or like Aaliyah Boston or you know what I mean, or anybody else that you want to name, but she was doing it.
You know what's crazy? I love when they say, "Oh, it's a time and a place for things like that." What do you mean? That's the time and the place. We are on the court. We are playing basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what
we do when we play basketball.
The number one thing The number one thing people forget: basketball is 70% mental, 70 to 80% mental, and the rest is skill. I'm telling you, for real. You get in somebody's head and get them to stop playing and
You get them out the
frustrate
game.
them, you can win the game. You
I
win
I,
the
I I
game.
I want these people. I want somebody to tell me when have they ever played in a basketball game, been to a basketball game when nobody was talking trash. When it was
Right.
a solid
On any level.
basketball game.
That's right. At the
On any
Y,
level.
at
Yeah,
school. That's
Exactly.
right. Absolutely.
pick
That's right.
up. Yeah. Oh, I got
That's
you. You
right.
can't hold me. Take
Yeah.
this. Get that.
Right.
I,
Right.
Come on.
someone please point that out so that I can go check it out
You know what I
and
mean?
see
And,
how
and
awkward that
I'm
is.
guilty. I'm
Okay?
guilty of it because I'm on the court. If I got you, I'm gonna pull up on you and be like, "Yo, hold that." As soon as I drop that three on you, I'm be like, "Yo, hold that." You know what I mean? Or
I
you
got
say,
a
"I'm gonna
story.
lock this
I
dude
got a
down." I
story
got
for
you.
you.
I'm gonna lock him down. So that again, at the end, like my man said, it's a mental game. If you can get inside somebody's head, you got him. You know what I mean? So
I
again,
got a story.
out,
A
go
long
ahead.
time ago, Michael Jordan was playing Gary Payton. Gary Payton just came into the league. He finna hold Mike. He said, Mike, I'm the glove. I got you. Mike say, no, you don't. He say, yeah, I'm gonna be the next best thing. I got so much money now because they called me the glove. I went and bought a Lamborghini just like yours. Michael looked at him, shot the three, walked down to the end of the court, came back. He was holding him again. He say, "Oh yeah, you bought yours. They gave me mine," and got in his head and killed him the rest of the game when he
Man,
played for the
and
Seattle
you know what?
Supersonics.
You know what
No
though, Win?
lie.
We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it on the women's side. You know what I mean? Because again, we could go back
But
to when Scotty buffed it on Patrick Ewing, when Jordan was buffing it on everybody. But on as far as the
we're
women
talking
are
about the
concerned,
mental.
like when you talk about like Cheryl Miller, you talk about Cheryl Swoops, you talk about those the Houston Comet and the New York
Come
Liberty, that
on,
rivalry. You know what I mean? They
Back
wasn't
and forth.
come
exchanging
on.
pleasantries. They was
Yep.
going at each other's throats. So
Lisa
Talking
Leslie,
noise.
Tina Thompson down there bumping on down
Yeah,
there under
for
the
the New
basket
York.
for
Yeah,
position. What do you think is happening? You think
come
so
on.
they asking about the weather?
absolutely. So
And
again, it's been
what people
going
don't
on. This is
realize,
nothing new. It's nothing new at all. You know what I mean?
most
It just was enhanced,
most
I guess. And
female
like you said,
basketball
Yada,
players,
it always goes back to the complexion for the protection and the complexion for the
but most
inspection.
you right, but most
You
female
know what I'm
basketball
saying?
players at one time in their career done played against men, and that's
Oh
how they got
yes,
better. They go
yeah,
to the gym
Yeah, that's right too.
and
That's
they
right.
trash
That's
talk
right.
yeah.
and they
Of
trash
course,
talk right along with the men. They
that's
trash
right.
talk. So to try to treat them unequal or say they can do this and we can do that, that's not fair no matter how you look at it. Because it was females, and bro, you know this. We used to go play pickup. It was females I picked before some of them dudes
Yeah, that's
that
right.
can ball. And you know what I'm
This dude was
saying?
garbage,
I knew a
yo.
whole bunch of them. And the dudes garbage. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And
right.
I give them they props. Let them talk noise. That makes the game better. Let them dunk in the game. Let them do the tricks and everything. That makes the game more sweeter. Makes you want to watch it more. I remember when it first
Yes,
started. They used to have like 1,500 fans. Now they got 20,000
The
fans.
arenas
You
are
know what I'm
packed.
saying?
Absolutely.
Arenas are
That's right.
packed. Come on.
yeah.
That's right.
Everybody loves it. Like we
Man.
said, everybody basketball hero, everybody's favorite player, all talk trash. Everybody in the Hall of Fame talk trash. You listen to former players on both the men and the women's side, and they all talk about all the trash talk that was going on the court. And I want to say this: salute to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said some real stuff to the other day. He always have their backs, and even though we don't really agree with a lot of things that Stephen A. Smith says, he held his ground too. and he said some real stuff, and he's holding people accountable for their words. And I definitely commend him for doing that, especially on a network as ESPN, because he has to watch what he says. But I definitely want to give him props for that, and Shaq too for directly coming at
Yeah,
Keith
Shaq,
Olbermann
Shaq,
right
Shaq.
on
Yeah,
Twitter,
that's right.
told him
Mm-hmm.
shut his up right on there, like get out of here. And what people forget to realize and fail to realize, she's a 20-year-old woman, a young lady, 20 years old. Come on now, like Keith, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just don't say anything else. Just leave it alone. Backpedal. Go back to your closet. Go back to your dungeon and just hibernate. We don't need you anymore. We don't need to see, like, your time is done. It's over with.
Right.
You know.
I wanted to add something in regards to First Lady Joe Biden. Putting add her 2 cents into the situation. And I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's getting ready to be election year, and
Yep.
maybe she was pandering to Iowa because the Iowa caucuses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That just try to look for an out. But again, at the end of the day, like Wynn said, that's a Joe Biden territory thing. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So for her to say, okay, we're gonna invite LSU and Iowa in the name of sportsmanship, nah.
And that's definitely a bad
You
look.
know what I mean? Did you invite the homies that y'all beat in the presidential election to the house? Did you invite them to the house? So again, at the end of the day, they just be saying stuff to hear
Yeah.
themselves talk.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're in a soundbite culture. You know what I mean? She's a certain age, and she might not have meant it the way it came out, but how we inhaled it and how we understood it to be was that you was trying to invite the ones that you really wanted to invite in the first place.
I mean,
So yeah, so again,
yeah.
like the homie said, if Iowa would have won, LSU would have been,
They'd be back in the bayou.
down on Bourbon Street somewhere.
Yeah, they be out there, enjoying their summer.
That's right. Absolutely.
We wouldn't hear anything else from them. So, like I said, if they're going to invite Iowa, then they better be inviting San Diego State also.
Right. That's right. Down in Sports Talk, man, smash again that like and subscribe button. You know what it is, man. We appreciate everything, man. Support offerings with Down in Sports Talk so we can keep the lights on in this piece. $sign left-handed. You already know the vibes. We got Win Walker in the house tonight. We got Yada Bear in the building. You know what I mean? The ubiquitous Yada Bear is in the house. I think Yada got some conversation for Mr. Windwalker because he's been missing the action the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna switch up the pace a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Win came on a good night.
Here we go.
Win came on a good night because the Lakers are up right now. He was nowhere to be found.
He was missing the action, right?
When they was down 11.
They had the 9th and 10th spot.
when they were swapping between 9 and 11.
Right
now they sitting blue pretty at the 8th spot with the chance of even moving up to, I want to say, the 6th spot? Get out of here. Yeah. Where have you been?
Up.
It's just so
Look
funny
at this.
that you appear
we moving on
you're
up
in the upward. But when you was in the decline, my man was nowhere to be found. I was like,
He was missing in action.
I was like, this is very,
here we go.
Yep, that's right. Talk to him, Yada. Talk to him.
But listen, wait a minute. But when I gotta ask you a question.
Here we go.
I gotta ask you a question. It is not even about this season. It's about your man, Anthony Davis. Is he going next season? Because the way I'm seeing it, when I'm watching, the body language and I'm watching the interaction with the team, it's looking like my man got one foot out the door and the other foot on on the doorstep. It's like half his foot is there on the doorway, and the other one is on the first step out the door.
Well,
so what do you think about that?
A little birdie in Los Angeles that I talked to that's real insider. We can't give any names here on this show. I don't want to give up my sources. They said that it's a rift between AD, the new players, and the King. It's been going on, but they keeping it, hush hush for the playoff push. But we've been flirting with other people.
But when we seen the rift between LeBron and AD, especially when LeBron broke the record. My man was just sitting there on the bench. Like he told him, like his excuse was, "Oh, I was mad because we was losing." Bro, you only down 3 points and you still have a whole fourth quarter, which he played in. The whole fourth quarter. Right. And they still lost. And he was missing in action on the court. Now that's talented. When you can
y'all is preaching right now. Pay attention.
In action on the court. That is very talented of Anthony Davis. And with him being, angry about the new players, you should embrace these guys because without them, you would be outside looking in, not in the 8th spot. Okay, D'Lo coming in there, bringing up.
Yeah, let me correct you on that.
Beasley, Malik Beasley, like, come on now.
We're 7.
He said there's 7, y'all.
Oh well.
Yeah, we're 7.
Okay, well, see,
we're not 8.
That's even better.
We're 7.
Look, that's even better. You got what you guys like? What, a game behind the Warriors now?
That's right.
So you're in a better position to get
2
to the
games
spot. But your man AD up there crying, about the new players.
We didn't prove we can win without AD. We didn't prove that. We are flirting with someone out of Miami. Hopefully it'll be a change and we can do a little swap off season. We'll be good. We keep this core we got right now.
Yeah, please
tell me it's not.
Please tell me it's not Bam. Is it Bam?
Bam out of Bayou.
Look at this.
Yeah,
man. So again, when Walker was missing in action, I think he was, trying to. I think he was working on that new Randy's Donut sign out in LA.
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
Now he's back. He's back from his mission. So now he just in time, mind you.
Just in time, right? Just in time for the playoff run.
For the Lakers to be in the 7th spot.
Can't we walk catch the floor just for this little 2-minute rant? Let's talk about the New York Knicks.
Go right here.
Okay, yeah, you want to talk about the Knicks? Let's go. I've been here. I've been here to talk about the Knicks.
I haven't. No, let's talk about Philly and the wonder child that says he's the greatest ever and will be the greatest. Man, that dude is crazy. Why would that even come out of his mouth?
Like he's the greatest right now. I mean,
no, he's not.
When we use our eyes and watch him in the game, I ain't never seen nobody put the clamps on him. Nobody clamped him down.
Better than Shaq. He gonna be better than Shaq. He said he's gonna be better.
I didn't say he's gonna be better than Shaq. He could be the greatest of all time from during this era. See, I'm not the person that be like, well, this person is the best of all time. I look at the NBA and the players in different eras. He right now in this era, he's the best center in this era.
Are you serious right now?
Who's better? Go ahead. Say the name. Say Joker, the guy who only play offense, don't play defense.
You know it's Joker. It's the Joker.
Please say
Come
Joker.
On, Win Walker,
Joker
man.
don't play defense at all.
Oh,
Joker plays on one side of the court.
Guy.
Joel.
What is Joker got the show for? All of those just MVP trophies? You can't bring MVP trophies to the barbecue, son.
Joker just played offense. When there's two sides.
And how many do he got?
There's two sides of basketball. There's offense and defense. Now I've seen people put the clamps on Joker. I want to say Draymond Green has put the clamps on Joker plenty of times in the regular season, in the playoffs, and to get him out of here. Now I want you to point to somebody in the league that can do that to Joel. That when Joel go on the floor, he's quiet, he's invisible. You don't see him. There's nobody. You know who does that to him? He does it to himself. And even when he had a bad night, it's still not a worse night. His bad nights is what, 19 and 12.
But for him to say he's the greatest ever, I wouldn't say the
greatest again. I'm not saying the greatest ever. I'm saying the greatest in this era, in this NBA right now.
But I understand what you're saying, but he said it out of his mouth. I mean, and he said he's better than Shaq. He said he's better than Shaq.
Is he supposed to not?
That's impossible.
No, he's supposed to build up his own.
That's one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
If he can't build up his own confidence, I'm not going to say here and say if I'm Joel Embiid, yeah, I'm great, but guess who was better? Guess who was better than me? I'm not going to say that Shaq. I'm not going to say that.
You got to pay homage. You got to pay. That'd be like me saying, you know, I'm in the rap game. My brother's in the rap game. That'd be like me walking up to Rakim and say, I'm greater than you.
If you
and I know like that I know, even though I got some rhymes, I'm not there, man.
But my thing is, if you feel like it, then it's nothing wrong with how you feel. See, that's the problem. People want to control how other people feel. So if he feels like he's better than Shaq, then God damn it, he's better than Shaq in his eyes. Okay, if he feels
you need 5 rings. You need 5 rings to be better than Shaq.
Hey. And I'm not down that at all. Now, like I said, I am not saying that he's the greatest.
E-I-O-U. Show me some rings.
I'm saying he's the greatest.
Show me the money.
Okay.
Show me a ring. Show me a ring. Show me one.
Listen,
show me one.
When you just need to focus on your Lakers getting to the playoffs, because one loss, you guys are out the playoffs.
Be there.
So I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to.
Yep, and they got the Clippers. They got the Clippers coming up. They got the Suns coming up. You know, it's what it is. Let me say something. Let me say something about the Knicks right quick. You know, and again, I think the theme of tonight's show has been we talk about eras, we talk about this time, and we talk about where we are today as opposed to where we were a few years back or whatever. Today's Knicks fan is happy with mediocrity. Yes, I said it. When we I kicks the ballistic show when we had a spot where we had a chance to make a move for that 4th seed. I was pleasantly surprised, and I was looking forward to us going out to the West Coast and doing some things and at least playing like we were playing before we went on that West Coast trip. What was it, like 9 in a row? We had 1. So we went out to the West Coast. I'm like, okay, we get a couple victories out here. We show and prove that we can play with these cats or whatever. It stubbed their toe. I was highly disappointed. The Knicks clinched a playoff spot. I'm not mad at that, but I'm not satisfied. All right? Because my goal for the Knicks was the way we were playing was that, hey, we could get a game 1 at the Garden. And now I'm kind of laid back on it, where I'm glad they don't have the game 1 at the Garden. Because if they would have had game 1 in the playoffs at the Garden, these youngsters would have burnt it down before the game got started. So again, at the end, shout out to CP, the franchise, Knicks Fan TV, salute. We got to get you on the show, man. I just want to see what happens now in the playoffs. All these, they're talking, they're being real blustery. They got a lot of conversation. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do third. Let's finish the season on a high note. Get ready for the playoffs, next week, and do what we need to do. Now, how far are we going? We still got to get to Philly. We still got to get through Milwaukee. Nobody talked about Boston. You know what I mean? But I'm worried about that first round matchup.
I mean,
okay,
I'm worried about that for Cleveland too. Yeah.
Okay. And that's gonna be and that's gonna really take a lot of energy. Julius Randle's have to play with his head and not over it. No, none of this suspension talk, none of this going crazy. And like I said it before, I said it all year long. Yada Bear, when Julius Randle owes us a playoff series.
Yeah.
So again, my bottom line is we've seen Julius Randle do his numbers in the regular season. I'm not mad. He got the comeback player of the year.
57
I'm not mad at that. We've seen this movie before. We've seen it before, Yada.
Points.
You know what I mean? And so now, what are we going to do once the playoffs start? We already know what we got in R.J. Barrett. We already know what we got in the other kids quickly. We know what we got in Brunson. We know what we got. We know what we got.
Yeah.
I want to see what Mitchell Robinson is going to bring to us in this playoff run. I definitely want to see what Julius Randle is going to bring to us in this playoff run.
Listen, Mitchell Robinson has a very tough assignment ahead of him with Barry Allen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
A very tough assignment.
Absolutely.
I need to
like
see.
Quickly, though.
I like Quickly.
I like him.
But I mean, when you looking across that court and you seeing Donovan Mitchell,
afros, right?
Okay, you seeing Garland, you seeing the kid Wade, they got ballers.
That's gonna be a very good series. It's gonna be a barometer of where the Knicks are. That's right.
I can see this going 6-7 games, and if you can survive that, then what's going to be left of the Knicks, or left of the Cavaliers? Like, how ironic would it be that in the offseason everybody in New York was praying to get Donovan
Not
Mitchell.
everybody. Go ahead. Not everybody, but
the majority of the I'm gonna say this: the majority of the new age Knicks fans.
There you go.
Was sobbing. They was just
literally right. Absolutely, that's right.
Devour the thought of having Donovan Mitchell in a New York Knicks jersey. How ironic would it be if he is the reason why the Knicks don't go to the second round? It would be crazy if the Knicks allow him to go off, and then to have Garland go off, and then have my man with the 1966 Afro Jared Allen out there, who's still driving the Ford Bronco out there going off. So it's going to be an interesting series. It's a winnable series if
absolutely, it's absolutely winnable. That's right. Because and will they win it? There you go.
Yeah, if they show up. So that's something I would definitely be keeping my eyes on. It's the East is pretty much locked up. We already know where the cards are going to lie. Basically, the matchup, the position is there. The focus, truthfully, is in the West, because I have never seen a playoff positioning going down like this for not just one spot or two spot, but multiple spots. It's like the top 3, top 4 is already locked up, but it's like 5 on down.
Right.
It can
switch.
Right.
It's
from 5 to 10. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that could be interesting. That's right.
It's like a revolving door down there. So every game matters. So when you think about it, those teams from 5 on down, they already in the playoffs. these are their playoffs right now. They've been playing
Right.
playoff basketball for at least the last 3 weeks now.
You're right.
And you know how that goes. So sometimes when you're playing at that high level for an extended period of time, you can get burned out.
Wears on you.
And the wear, the stress, and that's when you know you are in a losing streak at the wrong time of the season.
Right.
You know, basketball is a game of streaks. You know, you can go on a 3, 4, and make the playoffs, and then soon you're in the playoff, you're in a 3-game losing streak out of a 7-game series. Now you down 3-0. You know, on a team that you can, in a series that you could win. Now you down 3-0. You got a team that should lost going to the next round.
Because you used up all your energy just trying to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
You used up everything just trying to make it there. And let me give you some stats right quick, Yada. You hit it right on the head. From number 6 to number 11, they like 1.5 games differential between each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Warriors are 41-38. The Lakers are 40-38. The Pelicans are 40-38.
Everybody got 38 losses.
Listen what I'm saying.
Everybody got 38 losses.
Everybody got the Trey 8, right? Trey 8.
Everybody
Trey
got 38 all day.
So that one game can send you all the way plummeting down to number 12, number 13, number 14. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? One game. Because all the way down to the Mavericks, everybody's 38.
Yep. And geez,
the Mavericks is 37-42.
And geez, how have the Mavericks has fallen since that Kyrie trade? That real quick.
Listen, on the low, the Mavericks are in the Victor when however you say his name, the Victor sweepstakes. Wembanyama. They're in the Victor Wembanyama. I haven't had a problem like this since I was trying to pronounce Antetokounmpo. But you know how that goes.
Yes, these guys, they was what before that Kyrie trade, they was what in the fifth,
right?
In the 5th spot. After the trade, they were in 12. It's crazy, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a great deal. That's a great deal." Luka and Kyrie. No, and you know what's crazy? It's not Kyrie that's the issue. The issue is Luka, and we can go back.
Right.
Luka cannot play with another star. He needs role players around him. When he had Porzingis, it didn't work out. Brunson, it didn't work out. And now look, now he's giving Kyrie, and it's not working out. The Mavs gave away all of their defensive presence for one guy. They messed up their whole squad. If they didn't make that trade, they still would be in a playoff hunt right now. I guarantee that
they'd probably be hot too. They'd probably be hot, right?
They'll probably be one of these teams that's in the playoff hunt right now. They'll probably be in the 5th spot or the 4th spot. But no, Mark Cuban got greedy. He's seen it. He saw the opportunity. Oh, well, I can bring Kyrie over here and we can have a duel. Well, it don't work that way.
And not for nothing, Yada Bear. Not even sure that he's going to sign next season. This might have just been an expensive rental.
He out of here.
It was a 1-year deal.
He out of here.
It was a 1-year deal.
It's not even the 1 year. It's the rest of this year.
Rest of the season, like 30 games, whatever. 40 games, whatever you played. Like,
right now, it's done. He's playing his vacation, and he's getting ready to go to LA. He's about to reunite in LA right now. Everybody getting the deal.
And I bet you we'll see Windwalker every week then. You won't be missing the action then.
But hey, here's another thing that I want to talk about. People still have been quiet about the Clippers. You know, they was talking a lot of noise at the beginning when
Don't they play the Lakers on Friday?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they play it Friday. But I'm saying they've been quiet, but them dudes is y'all make sure y'all take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of Windwalker because he probably be missing the action next week.
I'll take a
We had to put
screenshot of
a-
Will
we
Walker.
had to put a blank screen
Hey.
right there with like
Right.
No. Have a paper mache
right.
Windwalker.
have a
there.
paper
Right,
paper
we
guy
roll
right there
in the
like
wind. Roll in the wind like this.
but like
Listen, man.
like until
Listen.
you win and it's be a mannequin like
This is like one of those things you have outside the car dealerships. One of the things.
But
Listen,
the
man.
Clippers, they done
Listen.
lost two in a row.
This is down
Hey,
in
we ain't
Sports
worried about
Talk, man. We rock out every Tuesday night, man. 8-ish to 9-ish, man. You know what it is. The crew is in the building, man. Yada Bears in the house. Left-handed RM desk right here. Then you got Windwalker in the building, man. Make sure y'all rock out, smash, and hit that like and subscribe button, man. And if you like what we're doing, man, you like the content that we're giving out to y'all, we having fun with it. We're not beating you in the head with a bunch of analytics and numbers and stuff like that, but we do know what we're talking about, right? Support offering for Down in Sports Talk is $ left-handed. All right. We got to try to keep the lights on in this piece. You know what I mean? We do what it do. Make sure, again, you take a good look at that guy right there, Windwalker. You know what I mean? Because once the Lakers have to, do their thing with the Clippers and they still got Kevin Durant in them, you know what I mean? We might have to put out get an offering and where the hell is Windwalker?
Sunday.
Before we get out of here, right quick, man. Let's
hold up.
Go ahead, Yada.
Before we go to baseball, I know we were still talking about basketball. We got to talk about Andrew Wiggins. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord, the wig. Oh yeah.
I was gonna save that for the 3-minute rant, but go ahead.
Let's save it.
Still save it. I just had to say that it's crazy how rumors fly. It's crazy how people like to create their own reality TV show.
Right.
Everybody want to be on reality TV. Everybody want to be the first one. Breaking news, breaking story. I was the first one to say that. I was the first one to say this. But it's crazy that you would use someone's family like that. They got kids. He has a girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever that he's been with that's not in the public light, and then you are pulling them in the public life just for what, likes, just for ratings, when he's dealing with something totally opposite, but also extremely serious. People like to play with people's lives, and you can't do that. You can't play with people's lives like that. And I just feel like it's messed up, and people who was making jokes and trying to, get they come up off of a false narrative need to be held accountable, and they need to stand up and apologize to him, to his family, and to his children. A lot of people always want to say, when the shoe's on the other foot, oh, we appreciate privacy at this time, but you don't give that same in return when it's pointing in the other direction.
That's
other
right.
People, you can
That's
be
right.
all up in the mix.
That's right.
All up in the business, and you not even knowing the facts. Like, people like to jump off the cliff without a parachute because you don't even know the facts of what's going on. Because you gotta be the first one. I want to be the first. I want to say, you heard it here first. I broke the news, but you didn't break anything. You just spread rumors and lies around for no reason. For what? Now you're sitting there with egg on your face. You're sitting there looking dumb, and you're sitting there quiet. Silence speaks louder than words.
Absolutely.
And to add on, yelling.
And to add on to that, I would figure, that, Andrew Wiggins would have got, a little bit more respect to that due to the fact who his father is, right? His father is Mitchell Wiggins, all right? Former NBA player. I think he played for Houston Rockets.
Yep, speak on it because people don't know.
So, again, I think that, I was going to save it for the 3-minute rant, but again, Yada, she does her thing. That's why she's here and she ain't over there. When people, talk about things that they have no really idea talking about, I get it. You want to, you get to laugh and get to jokes and things of that nature. But like Yada said, you be the first one to be talking about, can you help me to my GoFund? Can you support my GoFundMe? Because I'm messed up right now. But then you'll be the first one that's kind of crack jokes and not knowing what the situation is, going into it half-baked. Everybody wants to be TMZ. Everybody wants to be the National Enquirer. Everybody wants to be Information Central, Dish Nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But at least, you know what I mean, they have their sources that they can blame when the story gets twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have to blame when the story gets twisted? Your own ego? You're not going to do that. But at the end of the day, we're sitting back and we're looking at you. Like you said, you see everything on the internet. You might not respond to it, but you see it. Now, for all those people that said this and that and made stories up about, or whatever the story or the narrative was, and they ran with it, that's on you. We sat here on Down to End Sports, and I'm proud of that. We sat here and we said no. I said we're not talking about that because it's none of our business.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing what the story was, you know what I mean? Just knowing that the homie was away from his team for an extended period of time. They didn't, get into the ballistics of why he was away. He needs to handle his business. We support him. Whatever he's going through. Nobody gave any inkling or any indication of nothing that was going on. But the narrative was, oh, snap, this happened with him and his wife and his friend and this and that and the third. That's cool. I'm going to keep it so green with you right now. That's cool. But when you involve the babies, when y'all narrative is, oh, we got to watch out for the babies, let alone from the fact that babies are getting killed up in the schools. The number one is guns, which doesn't make no sense to me. But then you want to add on to your own little spin and your own little narrative so you can be a center of conversation. Well, I want you to be the center of conversation now because you absolutely are. We got something called standing on your square. When you say some outlandish shit, stand behind it. Mm-hmm. If it's in a joking way, in a joking manner, know what you're talking about. You don't want to have to be able to, you have to, I was out of pocket. I spoke out of turn. It happens, yo. It happens. But you know what, Yada? You know what, Windwalker? And peace to everybody that's checking out the show. Salute. The next time something happens to somebody, watch who makes the jokes. That'll tell you right there who has something. And again, the season ticket on Facebook, that's my group. I helped start that. And I said it in the season ticket. I'm like, yo, this is not what I wanted this group to be. I wanted to be about the sports. Okay, yeah, we're going to have our funny talk. We're going to talk ish back and forth to each other because that's what people do when they talk sports, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't never want it to be about no gossipy stuff because eventually that gossipy stuff, it's going to be pointed to what we call it, Yada, is shine time.
Shine time on it.
Shine time is going to be on you.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to want to hear no excuses. Nobody's going to want to hear none of that because the energy that you brought to this Andrew Wiggins situation, that's what's going to be brought to a situation when something happens to you because you love to put everything on social media. You can't wait to put something. You cross the street. Oh, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So again, at the end of the day, that's what I was tight about.
Yeah.
I don't care what you talk about, but at the end of the day, stand behind it. Because again, it's more than you that represents that group. It's more than you that represents Down to End Sports Talk.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you don't want to be that one that has to hide out and sit back. And I mean, because eventually you're going to come out because the social media thing be calling you like Pookie. So you're going to come back out. And when you come back out, people are going to be there to remind you, oh, that was the one that said that ill stuff about Andrew Wiggins. Now you got to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So again, man, give people their privacy. You don't know what people are going through and stuff like that until they put it out in the world. If they put it out in the world, it is what it is. But until they put it out in the world, man, it shouldn't really be discussed, especially something that's sensitive, yo.
Super sensitive.
That's sensitive, man. That's why, we feel some kind of way about that over here, man. You know what I mean? I was gonna say that I was gonna speak to it in the 3 minute rant.
I'm sorry.
No. It's cool. It's cool. I'm glad you brought it up. It's all good.
It was just weighing on me. I'm like, this is
man. I dig
crazy.
it. Absolutely, I dig it. I ain't mad at that. So now we're gonna get into the part of the show that Yada was really, really waiting for, because her Phillies are winning right now. They beating the Yankees.
Finally.
And stuff. Look at this.
Finally. Shoot, finally. God. Finally that we can hit.
First week of the baseball season. So far, to me, so far so good. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's your thoughts, Yada? What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, my thoughts is shine time on these infielders. Now we get to see who can really play defense.
You're gonna earn them gold gloves now. That's right.
Exactly. You definitely gotta earn these gold gloves. There's no more help with the shift. There's no more having 6 people on the right side of second base, 6 people on the left side of second base, because the numbers is telling you that he's going to hit on that side. Like now you're not going to get bailed out if you take a bad angle on the ground ball at shortstop, because you don't have to worry, because the third baseman is directly behind you, is going to grab it and throw it to first. It's right there.
That's right.
So this is showing me, who really can play the infield, and also showing me how these pitchers can move now, because now you can't just stand on the mound. You got to play defense too.
You got to show that athleticism. That's right. Absolutely.
I need to see that. So the age of the fat pitchers is over. You ain't gonna be able to stand out there 270, 260 out there with the belly throwing basketball.
With the belly.
Left.
Wow.
We seen the bellies out there.
Absolutely.
Of these pitches.
Absolutely.
So now they got to move, and also I'm loving. What I'm loving the most?
Yes.
The time.
The time, son. The time.
Listen, it's 9:22. This Phillies and Yankee game started 7:05. It's the top of the 8th. We only got one more inning left. We're gonna be home by 10 o'clock. What's up? I'm loving that. What was it? The Baltimore Orioles game?
I think it was the It was the Orioles and the Mariners. 2 hours and 3 minutes.
3 minutes. That's unheard of.
By the time you got to your seat, the game was in the 7th inning.
By the time you got your hot dog, you was in the 7th inning.
Right.
Okay, your beer's still cold.
Wow.
Your beer's still cold. Okay.
Windwalker.
Still got foam on your beer. You walking around with foam.
You've been missing the action for the last couple of weeks. Now that we know why, what's your thoughts in regards to the new baseball season, man? What you like? What you don't like?
Hey, I love the clock. I love it.
Okay.
The game up. The shift, I don't understand it. I really.
You ain't got to worry about the shift no more.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. What I did love was Megan Thee Stallion threw out the first opening pitch for Houston.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And they gave their rings and dropped the banner, but I liked her throwing out that first pitch.
He said, "Forget
I like the way they're integrating hip hop into baseball." Yeah,
there you go. We everywhere.
I dig it. We everywhere.
I'm liking the bigger bags. More stolen bases. Everybody's stealing bases. I'm loving that. But did you hear that they're trying to get rid of the oven mitts? Because they said that it's getting longer. It said the oven mitts is getting longer. So when you slide head first, the mitt
it gives them an advantage.
It gives them an advantage that they touching the bag when they hand not even there. I said, oh, now that they made the bases larger, they gotta try to tweak it something else. Now the other new star
Rob
illegal.
Manfred giveth and Rob Manfred taketh away.
That's exactly what he's doing. I love that. I love the speed of the game. I mean, what I'm not loving though is these umps. Manny Machado got tossed in the first.
I saw that, yo. Listen, it's gonna be a lot more of that. And then you know where the controversy is gonna come in, Yada? When it's game 7 in the World Series. Don't let it be at Yankee Stadium. Don't let it be and you get called out in the bottom of the 9th inning, runners are second and third, 2 outs, and you get called out because you took too long to get in the batter's box. That umpire will not make it. He will not make it to the clubhouse. That's the stuff right there. Yeah. You know what I
mean? And also what's going to be on top of that, you're going to have to hold these players accountable because you can't be like, oh well, wait a minute, it's the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 2 on, and they down by 1, like or they down by 2. You can't. You can't be like, oh, wait a minute, no, the clock malfunction or something like that. Like I seen a lot where the pitcher's comp radio wasn't working. No extra time. Like no, because I see that I can see pitchers taking advantage of that and say, hey, it's not working. I got to step off, and they get some extra time in between pitches. So there's gonna be some slick stuff.
It's gonna absolutely. They gotta work out the other stuff. But for me, I'm looking at the game because I'm a baseball head. I'm looking at the strategy of the game. I watched the game. I think it was Atlanta Braves was playing the Nationals or somebody. Mm-hmm. The pitcher, I forgot who was pitching for the Nats. He threw over to first base. The kid that was on first base, it might have been Michael Harris. Okay. And you know how he give it up. Yeah. So he threw the pitcher threw over to first base, and now you only get two throws over to first base. Yeah. He threw over to first base. Now the pitcher, I think the pitcher was left-handed. Okay. Mm-hmm. Michael Harris, he took a bigger lead. He was trying to entice the pitcher to throw over there again, because knowing once he threw over there the second time. The third time, he was out. Mm-hmm. He was out. So you already know what it is. So for me, this is what they did. The pitcher stepped off the rubber and called the timeout. See? Because he didn't like how the baseball felt when. So, again, it's going to be a lot of strategy. Like you said, y'all, there's going to be a lot of slickness going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And again, it kind of like adds to me. It's all in the game. Remember how we used to say it's all in the game when you play tackle in the cement and you would elbow somebody or you closesline somebody. It's all in the game. It's all in the game, yo. But again, I'm loving it. We got a long way to go. Please, the Yankees, we're in the building. We make it to do what it do. Win. What's your picks, man? We didn't get no picks from you. He's
when you muted.
Oh, he's muted himself.
I would say
we ain't got all day. We on the pitch clock.
Got 20 seconds.
Right, you got 20 seconds.
Okay. The Yankees.
Okay.
It's always Yankees. And then we'll have.
They can't play by themselves in the World Series.
No, I'm gonna put the Yankees in the Dodgers.
Okay, Yankees and the Dodgers. You heard it from Windwalker right here. Yankees and the Dodgers.
And you know what else this new season is going to show? It's going to show the importance of a good catcher, because again, your pitcher only got 2 times to throw that ball over there. This is going to show importance of a good catcher, because you don't got a good catcher. You can throw them out at second. Ooh,
and even to add on to that, Yada Bear, if you got the days of Yadier Molina, Buster Posey. You know what I mean? Those dudes are not back there. So if you got a catcher that can even pick the guy off of first base,
you got your JT.
That's you know what I mean.
What's the kid name in Baltimore? The catcher?
Oh, Adley Rushman. That's my guy.
Rushman,
yes, Adley Rushman. He hit a home run. He hit a home run his first swing in 2023. That dude is gonna be the new Carlton Fisk. I like him. I like Adley Rushman, yo. And then they got another dude on Baltimore, Gunner. He plays second base. You know what I mean? So the Orioles not gonna be no joke, man. It is what it is. One more year. Real quick, where we at with the hype, the alleged hype is started for the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight. It's about 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? We're gonna get into that a little bit more as we get closer to the fight. What are we looking at?
I still got Tank.
I'm rolling in my Tank.
9th round, man. I give him 9th round. Get this guy out of here. I think he's knocking him out. I think he getting Ryan out of here. I give it the 10th round.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Round. Listen, man, we in the building. We doing what we do every week, man. We right here. All right. Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube, Down to End Sports Talk. That's the name of the channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you like what we're talking about, you like the content, we're just having fun here doing what we do. All right. Hit that Cash App, $ left-handed. We in the building making it do what it do. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have a special guest in the building. My guy Keith Avalone from Play Games will be in the building with us and chopping it up. And that's how we do. Any last words from Win Walker from OKC?
Hey, I want to send a shout out to Snoop for winning WWE WrestleMania and the
people's elbow, right?
There you go.
With the people's elbow. Yay, way to go, Snoop. Hey, love y'all, man. You know,
salute, man. Hey, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. What's up, Yada? Any last words before we get up out of here?
I just want to say, go Phillies. Enjoy this baseball season. A lot of scoring, a lot of hitting, a lot of excitement, and not a lot of your time.
Hey, there you go. That's what's up. Listen, man, very spirited conversation tonight. Hope that, people, know we're talking from the heart. You know what I mean? Because again, we've been, it's a lot of, sports experience in this situation right here. And, we've seen a lot. And again, we already know it's a new situation as far as the players are concerned. This is a new situation, a new generation. But again, we are looking at it from the aspect of people who have seen this before, right? Our response to what we saw was not the same. And why? Because we didn't look at it that way through that glass. The people who said what they had to say and said what they wanted to say, and they've been wanting to say it for a long time, they finally felt that they was in a position that they can get that off their chest. So again, at the end of the day, it's all about, having fun. The bottom line is you're trying to be out here to win, be the best you could be, no matter if you got lipstick, eyelashes, baby hair. Mm-hmm. As long as you bring in the hardware home, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah. So
I think that is, something that is going to have to be paid attention to and give LSU their respect. All right. Right. And again, I'm going to say this real quick and then we're going to get up out of here. That refereeing was like the worst I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. They stepped up the hotel game and the quality of refereeing was crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to get out of here. You got left-handed right here at RM Des on Twitter. Get at me. We got Yada Bear in the building, always holding us down. Right. And then we got the homie Win Walker in the building. All right. Make sure you subscribe, like, Down to End Sports Talk, y'all. We in the building, man. We out. We'll talk to y'all next week. All right. Y'all be good. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Peace.
Peace.